Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live with this SMSU semifinal round soiree. Is that a word? That is a word. Yeah, we're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. This is the semifinal round of the postseason tournament. Excuse me, my headset's slipping off. New headsets, got to peep the gear. This is Avro here with my partner in crime, Craw McGraw. And today, it's going to be looking pretty decent. We have honestly one of the biggest teams that I think is like, holy moly. I mean, they upsetted the number one seed a couple weeks ago, if not maybe a week ago, with Thanksgiving and everything. And now they're here to take on SMSU with the possibility of going to the finals in just a few days. And we're going to be starting on Ascent too, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be real exciting getting to see SMSU on their favored best map. Start out the series strong, hopefully for them.
Yep.
Seen SMSU on Ascent a lot. It's their lockdown map. It's their favorite. It'll be real exciting getting into this match.
Yeah, and I'm even looking at some of the comp right now. SMSU rocking Sky, Sova, Jet, Killjoy, Astra, so it's looking like a lot of smokes, a lot of holding down the line, especially since they have defense first. They're going to be starting off with quite the advantage. You have Killjoy setting up in B, which is obviously, I mean, it's obviously the best part for Killjoy to be at. She can go to A as well, but there's just so much you can do over on that B side that just helps out your team a lot more.
But now, Afro, we gotta talk about that player that is playing Killjoy right now.
Yeah.
Piece of bread.
Yeah.
One of the most dominant players for SMSU.
Yeah, he's one of the strongest. Sometimes he just pops off on a day-to-day basis. 4Ks, aces. I mean, you'll see him at the top of the leaderboard a lot, but as a Sentinel too, which is very, very good for Sentinel mains out there. We like to see it. And looks like we're going to be starting this round off.
Into this round. Roanoke positioning a little bit towards mid. SMSU fighting them on that mid control, not wanting to give up early map control. Beast Mod will take out Zero there. Now SMSU looking to play around with Roanoke a little bit, but not quite exactly sure if they are all there. They get that first pick, but the smoke's down, so they don't get that info quite yet. Skydog for SMSU is going out. They do, I think they see Sky on that. Roanoke Sky anyways, so SMSU is just keeping their default here. Roanoke will have that Skydog coming out. We'll get some info. Looks like the hit will be going on here to B as SMSU. Looks like they're going to rotate over one player. Now Tiny Bug picking up a Woken. Pushing in there is Jackson, Superior Beast picks up Jackson. Now a 3v4 situation for SMSU. Piece of bread will jump down on and gets the classic right click. Picks up a second as Wookie trades out for Swags as well, and then Whoopi.
Whoopi. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Wookie there picking it up for SMSU. And honestly, that round was very much in SMSU's control for the most part. They did a very strong mid-counter push to kind of stop them from going anywhere. And then, as you saw, Roanoke deciding to back off and stay a little bit stagnant in a main for the most part, giving SMSU a little bit of time to rotate, and it worked out perfectly for them. And it looks like they're going to be changing it up a little bit. They thought maybe A was a little weak, so let's try the other side here.
Yeah, Roanoke looking like they will be having that Marshall, just kind of their little bit of hero buy to try and help them get a, going to be playing off of Superior Beast if he does keep that Koopa need. Koopa. They're going to try playing off of Koopa, see if Koopa can possibly get a pick, and then one of the players on Roanoke that has the pistols is going to try and pick up one of SMSU's buy round guns here.
Yeah, I'm peeping the absolute cheeky play of just using the Ares right to the wall. I mean, it's a tried and true, almost guaranteed if you're smart, hitting those kills here. And looks like Roanoke is deciding to maybe try their luck somewhere else here.
SMSU, we can see that Jackson over there on Catwalk has a lot of control.
Oh.
He does pick up Koopa.
One enemy remaining.
Wow, oh my goodness, the 4K by Jackson. He just popped off. Just kind of showing him what's going on, and Wookie just coming through absolutely shredding Zero with that headshot. I mean, this was just a fantastic play by Jackson. He knew where they were going to go, and he just made up for it with that beautiful 4K, putting him at a very steady spot. He will probably save for this one, just going for the bonus round. And overall, Roanoke looking a little bit off here, as they haven't had luck on any of their pushes so far. Haven't even touched site in more or less.
We do see that Awoken has picked up that op for the second round.
Yeah,
Three members. Actually, the rest of the members at SMSU gonna be bonusing here. Awoken will get smoked off. And now Roanoke just playing it slow. Have a little bit of that mid control as they smoked off Awoken. They are positioning towards A site, and Awoken will see them. Misses her first shot. The smoke does come out there from Jackson. Now some smoke's going to come out from Kuba.
Yeah, and those shots coming off there by Awoken, even if they do not hit, it does kind of give them, the Roanoke side, I should believe, doing what they should do best, and that's just kind of waiting. They're kind of...
Roanoke's killjoy here, though. 0. Stuck in cellar. Can't really rotate off with his team. And he actually has the bomb, so SMSU actually completely has Roanoke pinned right now. Jackson does throw out that smoke, but we can see that there's a little bit of a sliver there so that Awoken can see 0 if he pushes. Roanoke in a really bad situation, but now Awoken's left heaven there, and now it's going to give 0 some time to rotate off if he does want to. He is going to actually push onto A site, though, but he has bomb, and that is bomb down now for SMSU on the A site.
And there it is.
Awoken gets a pick. Now Jackson going to push in there, get the free upgrade, and pick up Superior Beast for a 3K.
Yeah,
That's a dominant round from SMSU.
Let's take a look back at that. What just transpired there? The Awoken there suppressing fire with the op, not really looking for picks, but mostly just shooting into the dark, keeping them at bay. You can see that definitely split up Roanoke to the point where they was like, well, if we rotate, we might get flanked. If we stay, they might pinch us here.
Yeah, I think for Roanoke there, it was a really, really big misplay to have Killjoy push into cellar there with the bomb, and then she just got stranded and she's on an island. You could see that like Roanoke, the other 3 members of the team were like rotating off after the pick had come out, but they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and you can even tell that they closed the door, and Killjoy, instead of running toward with their teammates, they decided to go for the plant on A, and that cost them big.
Roanoke just playing really slow here. They are on a save round, so they're trying to play to the strengths of, their pistols. They want to take engagements where they are going to be able to possibly get a pick. That nano swarm from the KJ was right on Awoken. You can see that it's right to her left, but peeked out just a little too far. It is going to be bombed down in hallways. A piece of bread does get the kill coming off of some of his nano swarm damage, and his bot picking it up. He is going to pick up Superior Beast there.
God.
Now Koopa last alive, but Beast Mod will pick him up there.
Yeah, that was. They just kind of took that round as well. I mean, that op shot from Awoken, taking out the Killjoy, one of their biggest, could have been a big post-plant player in that situation for him. And obviously the Killjoy on our side just kind of doing what they do best, and they held it down extremely well here. Again, Roanoke not really sure what to do here. They've had trouble on both sites, had trouble in mid as well. But that's just how it be when you take on a team like SMSU in their element.
Now Awoken posted up here in A main. Has Jackson Star there to give her some cover if she needs it. He's going to back off there, though. Roanoke just playing very slow. There's that standard smoke from SMSU onto Catwalk to try and deny some of that information from Roanoke. Give them a control of that mid. Just a lot of patient play here coming out from both teams. Both of them fighting for information, try to figure out. Awoken does get smoked off there.
My goodness.
Now as we see smokes coming out from both teams. Swag's going to be pushing up there into tree, but does get taken out by the Beast Mod. Koopa right behind him. Is not able to trade out, and that is spiked down in tree. Will get picked up by Teeny Bug, but up against Awoken's op. Not sure if Teeny Bug knows that Awoken has that op. I'm assuming she recognized that it's Jet. but she has to cross here. It is 3v3 as Zero was picking up Jackson there in the mid. But now Roanoke has to make a decision, has 24 seconds left. Just posted up here in mid, and SMSU actually rotating players over into garden and tree, leaving that mid kind of open. But Piece of Bread is there. He will hear the movement here. He's going to peek out. Does get two. Does get free, and Piece of Bread with the 3K.
Wow. Yeah, no, that was just really good plays there by the Piece of Bread, able to just kind of hold down mid. And he was just in the right moment at the right time. I mean, that's just how it is with Piece of Bread. He just seems to be there every single time, and he gets the 3K. And they were just completely unaware about it. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to just kind of do a situation like that in terms of rotating, too.
It's such smart positioning from SMSU. You could see that they had the 2 members over by A to like try and position there so that if the A hit did come out, and Piece of Bread was just in the right location where Roanoke went loud. You know, they ran. They had to. They didn't have enough time. Piece of Bread could hear them. Knew they were on B. Swung out.
And I'm looking here. It looks like Zero and Coop the Need do take out 2 members of SMSU. They were absolutely caught lacking, but the Piece of Bread is holding down B with an iron fist.
Seekers come out from SMSU, get taken out pretty easily, and now Superior Beast going to throw out the Seekers for Roanoke, but they actually get caught in the gravity well. Swags does pick up Jackson, though. Beast Mod is going to swing out from that smoke in heaven, pick up Superior Beast, his polar opposite, also on Sky. And now 3v2, SMSU in a mana disadvantage. Roanoke now set up on this site, but the Killjoy out will come out from Piece of Bread. He is going to force out the members of Roanoke.
And you can see here.
Swags in the cellars here, as well as Koopa. And now Beast Mod 1v2. He should know that they're both in cellars. Does drop down. Throws out the flash. Taps the bomb, gets one. Thinks that Swags is the other side.
He was unaware. He just didn't see it coming.
Yeah,
thought maybe they had the crossfire.
Really good play from him. I'm surprised he didn't get taken out when he was in the middle of that bomb tap. But really good play from the Beast Mod there, you know. It's a 50-50 shot. He's either in cellar or he's either on the other side.
Yeah, and I mean, that's big ups on the side of Roanoke. They're able to get their first round here after a 5-round loss streak here. But looking back at this econ situation for SMSU, it almost was like they just kind of come back from that round unfazed. They still have op, they still have rifles, they still have full shields. They can take that loss on that round and kind of come back and still be able to buy next round.
And SMSU's economy looking really robust here. You know, they've got a couple. They've got one member with 4K, one member with 5K. Now the battle of the op in mid with Awoken once again. Gonna be looking towards tiles, trying to suss out if any members are there that she can pick up. A Piece of Bread, as I'm saying that, picks up Swags.
Oh my!
The rest of members gonna be running into Wookiee and Piece of Bread here on B.
Yeah, and at this moment, Omen, Coop the Neeb, he has to find a way to get out of here before SMSU decides to go for a possible pinch.
Luckily,
and they are
he was lucky he didn't get hit by the
shock dart.
By the Astrosuck there, but
yeah, honestly, he was in a bad spot. It takes about 25 to 30 seconds to get from main on B to a site, and so he kind of had quite the trek to get there. And he did, unfortunately.
Look at that economy for SMSU. 6K, 4K, 4K, 8K, 6K. Just, I mean.
They're riding high right now.
Yeah, I think there's 6 rounds left in the half.
Yeah, we just got into round 7.
I'm struggling to count those dots, but.
Yeah, it can be a little, it could be a little disorienting, I will say. But they still have a hefty amount of rounds left. And the Piece of Bread begins shooting at just the wall. Looks like he might have been, maybe found an exploit, little pen wall there, but they will get that op shot on Zero.
Now, Roanoke positioning towards A. They do throw out the Skydog there. But Jackson over there in cellar. He's gonna look. Get some shots off, but doesn't pick up any. He's going to throw out some stars there. Does get the suck out, and now with the Sky Flash on there, too.
That's prime.
Gets comboed there with the Beast Mod. Some great chemistry coming out there from SMSU. And now Jackson and the Beast Mod going to be looking. Beast Mod does pick up one. Jackson going to throw out that That orb there, throw out the smoke right as Beastmod picks up Teeny Bug.
Yeah,
And that is a clean win for
that
SMSU.
was perfect teamwork, perfect coordination there by both the Beastmod and Jackson. They're able to play off of each other rather well. And even though Awoken did lose the op last round from getting killed, I'm sure they just picked it back up and gave it back to her. That was just a really good round on the side of SMSU. And again, we're back at where we were with Roanoke not being able to really do much about this defense.
Can we just talk about Piece of Bread right now?
Yeah.
He's
the setups are crazy.
11-1.
Yeah. We talked about this in the very beginning.
He's got 8K in the bank. And he's on Killjoy.
And he's on Kill. That's just some. Hey, put some respect on the Sentinels' names. This is all I gotta say. You know, this is just something that happens every day if you're a Sentinel main. I mean, it's a hard work. It's hard work. And Zero will take out Wookiee here.
A little bit slower pace of a game compared to some of the games we've been commentating this season.
Yep.
A lot less. You know, when the executes come out, they come out fast. But Awoken is gonna pick up swags there. Has the rest of Roanoke quite tied down over there on tiles. The smoke is going to come out. She doesn't get the timing shot. Coop, what are you doing?
Oh, he heard the shot, though.
She is going to get... Oh, she gets taken by Coop.
Was not aware of the TP in smoke. And that's just how it is. They do pick up the op, and they're going to try and challenge him.
SMSU being very patient, though, here. You know, they're not pushing out. They're not taking stupid engagements. Piece of Bread has all of his utility over here on B, so he's just going to, you know, anchor that site for his team. Roanoke still kind of trying to decide which site they want to go for. They have a 2-2 split going on right now. But Piece of Bread will get that info from his drone. So he does know that at least some members of Roanoke are there. Does pick up Koopa, but that isn't the spike. It's going to signal to Reyna to rotate. But Piece of Bread's going to peek back out and pick her up. And now that spike down in mid. 1v2 situation, but you don't want to see any other member of SMSU in that except for Piece of Bread.
Yeah, and I mean, with that kill, that secures the round for SMSU. They can't grab bomb and get the site fast enough to plant. That's going to completely destroy any chances of getting that, and he will be unable to get that pick, but I think killing the Reyna in mid with bomb was all they needed to secure that round. And again, we're looking at this econ. We're looking at how they're doing. Piece of Bread on top. We have most everyone doing really well on the side of SMSU, with Roanoke still just unable to really catch that stride. We were hoping maybe in that first round win that they got, they were able to maybe make some momentum come from it. But again, just has not been able to make some leeway here.
Yeah, SMSU 2 has full ults this round. Only 2 on the side of Roanoke.
Ooh, the shoulder peek.
Koopa gonna shoulder peek that op. Does keep and hold the angle, but Awoken just gonna peek back out and pick him up real quick.
Sending a message. Sending a message. That's what that was. I mean, absolutely coming through, even baiting the jiggle peek.
Ooh, Teeny Bug. This Astra suck in A main there is just deadly from SMSU.
And the Beastmod actually being able to kind of get the kill and not get traded from that
Gets
immediately.
flash, throws his flash out, hoping to miraculously live, but Superior B is going to pick up Beastmod and Wookiee there. Now a 2v2 situation.
I've got your trail.
But Awoken
And the
still got
Seekers
the op,
do
and
come
she
out.
is A-heaven right now. The Seekers, though, are going to come out from Roanoke.
Oh, that
and
looked like that was on there.
Awoken gets distracted by the Seekers. Piece of Bread, though, does pick up swaggers. There's swags. Oh, still has his ult, though.
Oh,
Gonna
he's
throw
going
that
for
out.
it.
And now Superior Beast. He's got to deal with the bot. And Piece of Bread, and he's going to be forced to rotate off there. Great play from Piece of Bread. But now Piece of Bread has to try and figure out
30 seconds.
Oh.
Superior Beast is going to go A, or if he's going to rotate over to B.
Yeah, and it looks like he's already going to be making the move here, but he does know that he is still able to be seen by that turret.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. Does the dog not trigger the turret, or was Piece of Bread outside of the turret's range?
I believe the turret still had its range. I don't think the dog triggers it. I could be wrong. I don't play Killjoy that much, but
Piece of Bread is going to get the kill there, and that is going to be an SMSU round clutch.
Yeah, I think because that was it was smart placement there by the Piece of Bread. He put the turret in a spot that he can go into mid and still be within range of the radius to get that turret to still work out, and it worked out in his favor. Essentially, he did really well holding down that site, and Sky might have made the biggest mistake there by going back in to A. And we almost saw here, I can confirm, 2 members of SMSU now having op this time. Wookie and Awoken now with ownerships of the ops. This is looking like SMSU might just secure game 1 here.
I want to say I don't think Roanoke is out of this like match at all.
You still thinking,
yeah,
still dreaming. I like that. I like that. You know, got it.
I think they're playing smart. I think SMSU is just playing this map better.
Yeah.
Woken with the early op pick there onto Koopa.
They have to be aware of that mid push. She is there quite a bit, and she will catch you lacking if you are caught there. It's just kind of how it is these last couple of rounds.
Beastmon just throwing shots back and forth with Zero. He's going to get tagged up a little bit through the wall, but it's going to be fine here. World Divided is going to come out there from SMSU, and that is a really, really strong World Divided. It's going to force Roanoke to really try and figure out where the heck they're going to go.
Yeah, and they are also free to kind of run around as much as they want now for SMSU with that World Divided. It muffles all sound. And that was a pretty good use of the dog, using that to kind of mask the dog kind of going after that Sage.
Roanoke is just a man down right now. Wookie, though, has that op. Does get picked up by Teeny Bug there. That might signal to Roanoke to try and push B, but they are split quite a bit. Jackson has a lurk here, and
30 seconds left.
Deep A main might come up against Zero. Teeny Bug.
Oh, wow. What? that swarm grenade coming into effect yet again. And Awoken with a collateral with the op. You got to be kidding me.
Teeny Bug, you got to face off against Piece of Bread. You only got 19 HP. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and they're coming. They smell blood in the water. And Piece of Bread will take that. And, yeah, the perfect, almost perfect swarm grenade placement there, completely stopping that push onto site. Absolutely shaking him, and the collateral as well from Awoken.
You could even see in the chat Awoken exchanging with the enemy team. She doesn't know how she got that collateral, but she got it.
And I mean, that's just how it be. And it looks like this again, same setup as before, coming here from Piece of Bread. They still have the 2 ops.
Last round and a half here for Ascent, first game. SMSU potentially coming out of this half 11-1. 2 ops on their side. Roanoke trying to push up into A, but gonna be playing that orb. We'll get that orb on the Teeny Bug, but unless it gives her her ult, not gonna do a whole lot right now.
You should run.
They will bring out that attacker Killjoy, looking to probably start and commit to this push here, but perhaps they might be having a different plan in mind. I see Omen TP'd onto Heaven, or at least close to Heaven, under Heaven, I should say.
Attacker Killjoy does actually detain 1 player, but a little bit too out of reach. Koopa going to be trying to play down in here in Hell, get some bullet penetration through the floor there, try and get some early damage on SMSU, but Beastmod will pick up swags. Piece of Bread picks up Superior Beast. Now Woken bringing out the knives.
No.
Gets Teeny Bug. Last player in A main. Behind that smoke. And now has 5 members of SMSU on the site. Gonna come out of this half 11.
And they're gonna end this half pretty dominantly, having almost had their streak there broken until they kind of came back, bounced back, and they will take the half with 11-1 here. A very strong defensive showing by SMSU. I mean, it was kind of in there from the beginning. You have defense, you have Piece of Bread on Sentinel, which I believe is the strongest position he could be in. I mean, I've seen him play Cypher in the past. I've seen him play Sage. I've seen him play Killjoy. He just kind of has the mindset of what you want in a Sentinel. He just kind of waits and lets events happen as they do and then takes advantage of it. And it looks like here we get to see a different Killjoy setup for Zero. And it's definitely very interesting. I like what the setup is here with the turret, though.
SMSU are going to be looking for that hard A hit.
Oh, and they're running, too.
They are going to encounter a Sage Wall, though, so that is not going to be the greatest for him. Swags will get an easy kill onto Beastmod from that.
Yeah, that off angle, a
Recon
little
Dark
dirty.
is going to come out there, though. Swags will be able to hide from it from in his wall. SMSU might not expect him, but he does get pinged. He is going to be able to pick up Piece of Bread. SMSU playing a little bit further back, trying to get another kill, but they are getting flanked by 2 members of Roanoke.
Wookie will get 0, though. And Awoken will get Coop de Need. The flank has been thwarted here by SMSU as they begin to make their trail down toward mid.
And what's even more important from that is that flank not working out actually equaled up the man disadvantage.
Yeah.
Now, and then Wookie trades out that kill, or sorry, not Wookie.
Jackson, I believe.
Jackson.
Yep.
Whoever it was.
Hey, SMSU got it. That's all that matters here. They were able to thwart it.
Yeah, now it's 2v1. You know, Awoken, not the most health, but they've got some utility on the side of Wookie, though that drone will not be helping them too much, you know, right now in a post-plant situation.
Dog
will
is
come out here
summoned,
from
though.
Superior Beast trying to figure out where SMSU players are. Wookie actually throws out that drone, and it's going to let them know that Wookie is in that back area. They don't necessarily know that Awoken's back there.
They do see the Reyna, and I think he might have maybe seen Sky at the last minute.
Yeah, I believe that Wookie does get the info that both of them are there, and now Awoken. Oh, not quite sure where Superior Beast is.
Ooh, that
Does
flash,
get
though.
flashed,
The flash, though.
but Beast does not have enough time to defuse that bomb.
And you know what? Even if she did not get the pick there, just being able to dash out and enter that gunfight was really all that they needed to do. They stalled for time, and that secured the victory. And again, that flank being thwarted by SMSU really took it home for them there, as they were able to just take the whole way up toward B site plant and get that round. And that kind of just comes down to that gunplay, like we saw before. They were just they caught him by surprise, and yet could not finish the job. And as we enter this match point here, this is going to have to be Roanoke's chance to, you know, maybe just take this loss on game 1, come back, and think about what to do next.
Yeah, Afro, if you're looking at what's been going on in this game, what do you think Roanoke needs to focus on for these next couple maps? For this next map, at least, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully we go to a game 3. I'd like to see a game 3.
Yeah, I would too. And I think the biggest takeaway from this game is that, again, as we have seen before in SMSU games, it just comes down to essentially gunplay. I mean, that flank was what they needed for that round, and it just did not come down to it. And as soon as I say that, Coop de Neve just gets 2 headshots with the Sheriff. But at the same time, it's that point of, you know, trying to play as a team, coordinate, and they do that.
Do you think that for Roanoke that comes down to just this being Ascent and this being SMSU's strongest map?
I believe that's yeah. This is the map that they train for almost every single day. It's almost insane how much they know about this map inside and out. Any other map probably would have been a closer game, but with Ascent, it is almost a complete wash every single time. It's hard to do, but it happens. And
look at Piece of Bread, man.
Yeah.
20-4.
Speechless. Sentinel's done right. That is what I like to see.
Yeah,
and Zero
and,
as well doing
you know,
what he has to do on his team.
Awoken coming up big too. She's 14-7. Beast Mod's 13-7. Like, every single member for SMSU is positive.
Yeah, it was just a really good showing by SMSU. However, we will be back for game 2. Stick around. We shall be back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game 2. We're here. We're starting up.
We get to see Bind.
We get to see Bind. It looks like we're in game 2, semifinals. It's gonna be SMSU Roanoke, right? Same spots. It looks like again SMSU will be on defenders. Meanwhile, Roanoke gonna be on attackers. And it looks like they're probably going to rock the same comp on SMSU's side. But
we do get to see 2 new players coming in for Roanoke. Them substituting 2 new players in. They took out Superior Beast and Swags. Yes.
Yeah.
Swags. They're going to have Shax and JID.
Ooh, like the rapper.
I'm not sure if I want to say JID's name is JID or
I mean,
Jid, but JID, you know, it kind of flows off the mouth.
JID,
flows off the tongue.
It just kind of works. I see KO is here. Okay, we getting some KO action. You know, KO's a little controversial in my opinion, right? I mean, he used to be kind of cool, and now you don't usually see him as much. But I still wish there could be more love on the side for KO. But
we will actually see the Brimstone Viper. I think that's possibly meta on Bind.
I mean, it's
believe
really
I've
good.
Seen it in a pro game before, so obviously it works.
Yeah, they're doing what they got to do.
Maybe.
And
it probably works if you know what you're doing. We'll see if they know what they're doing.
And we have seen SMSU on Bind before. I believe it's been about a 50-50, maybe 75-25.
I think we've seen them on Bind twice. First time we saw them we actually saw them do a similar thing that Roanoke is doing with their comp, where they had a double controller. They didn't have a Brimstone, but they had I believe it was an Astra.
Yeah.
Decided they didn't like that. We haven't seen that since.
Yeah, they were like, maybe
they
we
lost
should.
that match, so I think it might have just been an experiment.
I mean, honestly, Astra is kind of the controller to have right now. I mean, you have Omen, he has his smokes, but Astra has so much more versatility. The suck, the concussion, the smoke, the fake smoke. Like, we don't see it often, but you can also just fake smoke, and it has been.
If you do play it correctly, it opens up some really, really cheeky.
That's what I'm saying.
And peaks.
And honestly, that's kind of all we got. And I mean, the lineup on the side of Roanoke still just about the same, and with a little bit of.
I do really like the idea of Viper and Brimstone on Bind. Viper, I've been playing her a lot recently.
Oh, yeah?
Since I picked her up.
Okay.
Woo. She's dangerous.
She has gotten so much better. I remember Viper used to be not super good. Still decent, but now she's gotten way stronger.
The power of Viper's Pit cannot be understated. Especially on a map like Bind. If you get a Viper's Pit over on B, what are you going to do? You going to push out a hookah? Not knowing where they are into a Viper's Pit and just
you
get
leave.
taken out by a Viper with a judge?
No, you leave. That's what you do. That's what I'd do. I would leave, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like we did have a little bit of some technical difficulties that does seem to be taken care of here.
We'll have a pause coming on here.
And we found our culprit. It was a player DC. Looks like they're thinking about he did rejoin, so we're going to see. They're going to possibly reset the match here. And I would only assume probably going to be same comps.
Yeah, same comp. Same.
Of course.
Their PC exploded.
Hey,
that's
it happens.
Not good.
It happens. I mean, sometimes it just kind of explodes. And it looks like they are going to take a little bit of
hopefully it
to...
didn't literally explode.
Yeah.
But,
Right. Hopefully it's not
F's
bad.
in the chat for him if it did.
Yeah. And I think a lot of, they're all going to be...
We will be resetting here.
Resetting the matchup here. Yep, and it is getting to that point where it looks like everyone is leaving here. And I guess we should probably meet with them back on that side. Should be a quick restart, folks. It's not going to take too long. We got everybody back in. You get to see a little bit of the behind-the-scenes action. That's what we like to see. You gotta have to see what's going on over here on the down near the SMSU side of things. So, going to be about the same people, same lineups. And I mean, at this point, how do you feel about the possibility of the scores here? I'm thinking early prediction. I'm throwing up probably like. It's going to probably be a fairly close game, but not extremely close. That's just where I'm at. I mean,
yeah, I'd like to. I want to see how this implementation of the two subs for Roanoke goes.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm assuming that they're probably doing that because they might have different people that main different characters in the game, and characters in Valorant very map specific.
Yeah.
Like, you don't play Viper on every map. You play her on the maps where she's really, really good, where she can, like, split up site, like Breeze and Icebox.
Yeah. I'm expecting a fight, especially with the lineups that they had previously. I'm expecting a hard-fought battle. And I don't think they're going to try and switch up anything here. I think they're going to keep it relatively the same. Yep, we got Reyna, Viper, KO. Yep, everyone's still here. Everyone's still grooving. And again, I want Roanoke to get something here. I want them to, because I mean, we saw in the previous games that that Roanoke had. They played against CSP a little while back. They did what they had to do against them, and then they took out NSULA, which surprises me to this day. #1 seed taken out in quite the upset, and I want to see that drive. I want to see what made this team take out one of the strongest competitors in this tournament, and right now it doesn't look like much, but maybe Bind is going to be this map that they do it on, so fingers crossed.
I think we're a little biased.
A little bit?
We got to see SMSU on Ascent first map.
Just a little bit.
It's got to feel really good.
Yep, just a little bit.
You know, it's the semifinals. You gotta start the best of 3 on your best map that you just win time after time and you've just got on lock.
I'm a little excited. I won't lie. I'm a little bit excited.
I want to see what Roanoke can do.
Looks like starting this round, we do have a lot of Roanoke starting on that mid side. Mostly more toward A. Mid's kind of not really a thing on this map. It's either you're in A or you're at B.
Yeah, going to be pushing that bathrooms. We do have the Viper wall down already. They're going to be pushing quite heavily.
Hard
Beastmon's
push.
gonna be throwing out some flashes here. Trading some utility back and forth. Beastmon kind of trapped here.
He could probably get a play, though.
Viper wall. Isn't actually going to find any. Jackson will pop out,
Whoa!
though. Able to trade out 2. Wookie picks up 1 with the shock dart. Jackson gets a 3K. And now 0 last alive gets picked up by Wookie.
That was a lot that just happened there. We saw shock darts. We saw pistols. We saw bullets flying. And Roanoke's plan just completely got dismantled there. Of course, this is round 1. This is pistol round, So you kind of take that with a little bit of salt. You come back for the next round. But still, I mean, a lot of utility was being used there, and it really just came down to that hard push in bathroom, which was kind of putting them in a very disadvantageous spot. I mean, it was either you're in a hallway, it's kind of a choke point.
It was a good Viper wall to split the site.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. I think it was just their execution onto site that might have derailed it, but they will try going for a different approach here.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a lot slower here, but, Bind has those teleporters, a lot of fun.
Ooh.
And Woken does push out there with Beastmod's dog, but does get picked up, and now Beastmod going to be getting picked up by 0 there. Now SMSU down 2 members. Roanoke still kind of positioning over here by B. I don't know if SMSU notices that the Viper wall went down, or if they think that that's a good enough wall to, commit their extra rotate over. But they have all of that Killjoy utility over here on B.
Yeah, and the
gonna be
bullets
getting into a fight in
begin to
hookah
fly.
there. But Jackson going to be throwing out all of the smokes, and Beastmod going to be using those to his maximum effect.
Could have possibly been a 3-piece. Almost. He does pick up the assist, though.
Now Koopa last alive. Now 1v1.
Ooh.
Koopa v Wookie. Koopa has the Marshal. Wookie actually uses the drone, though.
30 seconds left.
Surprising Koopa doesn't realize that drone is just free kill.
Yep. You could have pushed him for sure with that one. He would have not been able to do anything about it. He'd have to switch out of the drone.
You got to lock him in that animation.
Has about...
But now Wookie just kind of trying to play time. Only 10 seconds left. Needs 7 to plant the bomb.
He heard that pickup,
though. Doesn't even have
though.
the bomb yet. He's just looking for Wookie.
Yeah, he's
Koopa
searching for him.
can't find him, and...
Oh, but he does get it!
Does pick up Wookie, and
oh my
get
goodness!
The play
I am absolutely speechless. That was quite
Koopa
a
did there.
sequence of events.
He ran and picked up Jackson's judge.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear the pickup. He picked up the gun. He ran around, and that was it was just came down to that the judge play.
Now both teams in a really kind of awkward spot. Economy-wise, SMSU actually going to be forced onto a save here because they forced up last round.
Yeah.
Roanoke, on the other hand, going to be able to get 3 rifles under their belt along with a Spectre and a Judge. They have the superior weaponry to SMSU. SMSU more than likely just going to be trying to play some really cheeky locations like Jackson here in bathrooms, just trying to play around his smoke. But KO does get the knife out there and will know that Jackson is there.
Ooh, the
and
molly.
Jackson.
He's stuck. Can he survive just a little bit? Yes, he
Oh.
will.
You know what happened? He used the jump to wait out one of them pulses, but he gets flashed and picked up by
Yeah.
Koopa.
He was in such a bad spot there. The molly, if the molly wasn't going to kill him, it was definitely going to be that flash push.
Woken. Soul on A site with a Marshall.
Oh, unable to get the shot though, as Coop the Knee does get taken out, and he will ult and immediately get taken out.
Koopa. Koopa in that little bit of downed animation that he goes into when he has his ult as KO. Shax.
One enemy remaining.
Well, could possibly
gonna
be
pick
2
up.
here. We'll get the res, and they will pick it up here. Coop the Knee with a 4K after getting picked up. And now Roanoke is moving. I mean, that
Has
round
the
with the
lead.
judge was a pretty big momentum changer, and that second round definitely showed their strength as they just completely floored SMSU.
SMSU, though, they got the op this time. They got full rifles.
Yeah, and you can see that Awoken put a lot, if not, she put all of her credits into this.
SMSU really going for broke this round. If they don't win this round, it's going to hurt their economy. But Roanoke still keeping that Judge and Spectre. So SMSU actually does have the weaponry advantage here. Now just kind of playing slow. Both teams kind of rocking defaults. P spread does pick up Koopa there and Hookah, though.
And
Now
Roanoke
SMSU.
down a man, of course. So they are going to be at a kind of a disadvantage as they push on.
SMSU with a 3-2 split here. Viper Wall does come down. He's going to probably signal SMSU to rotate one of their players over, and Awoken rotating over with that op over into heaven. Roanoke still just playing it slow. Trying to wait it out. Trying to see if they can possibly get a pick, equal up their man advantage, but SMSU playing smart, not giving them that chance. But now Beastmod is going to be throwing out the dog. Jackson actually gets picked
One
up there.
enemy remaining.
Oh, and the Beast Mod there with a
Spike down
2-piece will be traded, though, by Zero. Will not be able to pick up that 3-piece. It's up to Awoken. She will get that with the clean Mage Punk op. I got to say, that op is really nice. I won't lie. They will pick it up. Series is tied again, 2-2. Looking like a very closely contested battle. She will keep the op as well. What could have possibly been a big gamble turned out to work out in her favor.
Yeah, and look at SMSU, kind of in an awkward spot. Oh, you know, I say that, but they're able to.
They got
they're
the
able to buy
rifles.
up. They're able to buy up with their economy, but you know, surprisingly, actually, Roanoke not doing a full force up.
Ooh, this might be big. She does not get it
She
with the
gets taken
Guardian
by the Guardian by
Snipe.
Koopa.
Ooh,
That's a really big pick,
it's,
especially on an eco on this half buy eco round that they're
Yeah.
kind of doing.
But Jackson will get the 2K. They will find Piece of Bread in the back. It will suppress his gadgets, and it will also suppress him for
Ooh,
just a
SMSU
moment.
actually sends out the Seekers over on A.
Jackson does get the
Jackson able to pick
3-piece,
up
though.
Teeny Bug there.
Nice.
Now, SMSU 2-man advantage.
Ooh, you can see JID already making the move out. Looks like they are kind of in a bad spot for Roanoke as SMSU begins to pinch the map.
Jackson just casually running around here on the map with 5 bullets left. Doesn't want to give that reload and give anybody that's around him a possible signal as to where he is.
Don't want to give it away too much here. And you can see, look at the placement here on SMSU side. You have one just kind of waiting in link, one kind of waiting in long, and not
A
pushing
piece of bread
Hookah.
in a
30 seconds
cover
left.
penetration battle there with KO. Is going to get flashed, and KO's going to rotate out of Hookah here. Ooh, Jackson just
Yeah, running
the
right by
timing
him.
with Jackson and KO there.
However, Sky is right there.
Spike down
Yeah,
A.
piece of bread, Beastmod. He
Yeah.
had so many killers on the SMSU team. It's hard to keep them straight sometimes.
And only with 8 HP left, it will be the Beast Mod catching them. And you could tell by looking at the map, he was just waiting. He was just assuming that they would most likely hold it down. The communication probably coming on SMSU's part to have one lurk around. And if they don't go where Jackson is, more or less, they have to go through Link. And that's exactly what happened there. They will get that round. Still closely contested. Looks like everyone's going to be able to buy, except for JID, who goes for the judge. So I'm expecting some cheeky Viper plays.
Yeah,
They do
JID
have
does
Viper
have
Pit
his
as
ult
well.
here. Three ults on the side of Roanoke. You know, they have the Viper ult. They have the Killjoy ult. They should have the resources they need to take a site here.
Yeah.
But they need to make sure they got to keep playing slow like they've been playing.
Yep.
Try and not, lose a little bit of an aim duel. Beast mod just trying to jump peek there in bathrooms, get some info. Gonna back off though. Both teams kind of just posturing over by A a little bit.
I wonder if they heard the jet dropping there.
With the flash will come out from the KO. Does flash out Awoken. She's got a smoke.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Almost gets a second collateral there.
I almost fell out my seat.
I really thought it was gonna be one.
Yeah. Absolutely insane play there by Awoken, being able to kind of just take the chance and go for the shot.
Ooh, but the quick rotate coming out there from Roanoke, but they're going to encounter all that Killjoy utility. They do take out most of it. Hey, Spread though does pick up one.
The Viper's Pit
The
is
Viper
out.
Pit does come out. Isn't going to see Teeny Bug jump down from hookah. Now Viper's in there with a judge. And I don't know that they know that Viper has a judge.
I don't think they do either. This is going to be pretty dangerous.
30 seconds left. One enemy
Wookie
remaining.
will get JID, though, with that shock dart, and they will take this one. The shock dart helping out so much to take out Viper. You take out Viper, the Viper's Pit goes down, and it was just curtains from there. That was a great shot by Sova's part there. And as we see the lead beginning to widen up, it's still closely contested. There is a chance for Roanoke to make some moves here. I think that was a pretty good play to use Viper's Pit and then go for the plant. It just kind of came down to the shock dart that really took him out.
Unfortunately, though, if you look at the economy, it's starting to really swing in the favor of SMSU. We got 5K on 2 members and 6K on another. And Roanoke forced onto a save round this time.
Yeah, and you can see here that if Awoken hid in long like she did before, probably would have kept the Viper or KO Lekin, but I think there might be a possibility. She does see the Marshall shot.
Marshall v. Op.
Oh.
Ain't gonna see it.
Nope.
KO's just gonna pop off some
Nope.
shots. He's like, nope, I'm out of here.
That's a good idea, because if they stayed there any longer, if they even poked a shoulder, Awoken was going to pull that trigger. And
now positioning a lot more towards A, Roanoke.
yeah, that's looking very strong. They are a little hesitant to make it, but perhaps they're just waiting for everyone to be there.
Be a little ballsy. They did lose a member over there already. Well, maybe they're thinking that SMSU sees that they got a pick and
Oh, man.
try and play off of that.
Will catch the KO. They have some information. Oh, and
Jackson
Wookie.
picks up 0, but Koopa answers back with the kill on the Marshall.
30
Do some
seconds
damage to
left.
the
Oh,
economy,
no.
but
Oh,
Jackson
no.
in the smoke.
Can he get a
Gets
30?
the 3K.
Oh, get the
Back to
4K.
4K.
Oh, my God. I mean, if there's one way to do it, you might as well play in the smoke, right? I mean, it worked out so well for him. The timing just helped out. It was unfortunate to see Roanoke getting absolutely trashed like that, but they just were running it. They were just probably going to go for TP maybe with that smoke, but I guess they just weren't expecting Astra to be there, and it was
Jackson
absolutely
with the
glorious.
Big brain play up in the smoke where Roanoke won't expect him because they've got pistols. He's got a rifle. It's a
Yeah.
dangerous place for him to play, but when you can get a 4K like that,
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly. And you can even see, based on the leaderboard, he is the only person to have double digits in this game. Even Piece of Bread, who is currently at the bottom of the leaderboard for his team.
committing a lot of utility towards A, going for that hard push. 0 gets 1 pick. Koopa gets another.
That might have been a misplay there on the side of
Ult
SMSU.
does come out from Koopa. Awoken, though, picks up the Shacks. Now,
Spike planted.
Roanoke, 2-man advantage. 3-man advantage. Wookie, last alive for SMSU, has to try and do something.
They have op as well, so this is going to be very good for Roanoke if they're able to do it. And they did it right there. They get the round. They have rifles. They have op, or at least they did have op. Looks like they're not going to go for it again. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting on the side of them, but I think it's probably the smarter play. You
Yeah.
know, they maybe none of them are like super confident with op, especially attack opping on bind.
Yeah, it can
Not
be
the strongest.
it can be a little
pretty
sus.
iffy.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little
so
sus.
they just want to throw away the op there so that there's no chance for like SMSU to kill one of them and then get a free op next round.
And you can see that Roanoke has decided to switch things up a little bit, going for full committing to this B site. You can see the utility being thrown out.
SMSU does get a lot of info there from that dog.
Ooh, but the flash by
Who actually
Kooptani.
flashes himself, and then he gets taken up by Piece
man.
of Bread. A very, very unfortunate thing. Piece of Bread getting a kill through the smoke there, too. Now Roanoke in an awkward spot. 3 members alive against the 5 of SMSU. Shax kind of looking to try and get a cheeky kill here. Sees Wookie, but kind of got to back off.
Yeah, at this point, it is starting to fall apart here for Roanoke. Not really sure where to go, but they might be able to take out
Zero
Awoken. But
doesn't find Awoken's head there. And JID last alive. SMSU's hunting. Jackson's going to turn that corner,
my
click on his
goodness.
head, and take out JID.
JID with the peeker's advantage as well, going for the kill, but Jackson was just quicker. Was just able to flick at him and get that headshot, and again, the lead continues to grow. Now 6-3, rifles and op on the side of SMSU, while looking at the econ opportunities being shown here, 3 members at least maybe could get rifles.
Yeah,
And
if you're Roanoke here, I think
Yeah.
you gotta force up. You gotta do
Yeah.
as much as you can to try and equal SMSU's weaponry. Give yourself as high of a percentage chance to win these later rounds in this half,
yeah,
so that you can go into the second half and like really have a chance to Woken. A clean flick onto Koopa there.
yeah, and you can even see that SMSU has a majority of their teammates with ult ready to be used. Meanwhile, on the side of Roanoke, they only have 1 member who can maybe use ult, but it's looking very, it's not looking very good at the moment to use it. And they will take shots in the bathroom.
Yeah, Roanoke, SMSU's throwing a lot of shots towards that bathroom. Roanoke still kind of sticking there.
Most definitely a scare tactic if I've ever seen one. They will go for ult orb. Awoken here's that ult orb being taken. Oh, but we'll miss the shot on Zero.
Misses the shot. Ooh, she gets a second, misses that one as well. And Zero, is he gonna be?
Oh, and she's shaking the aim.
Oh, no.
She's shaking the scope.
Oh no, Woken! You do not want to see that. Piece of Bread will be there to pick up the enemy killjoy, but you can see Awoken.
She was getting flustered
she's like,
there.
There's no way he re-peaks my op for a 3rd time.
And it happened too as she was doing it, and it just paid the price. KO will take the TP.
Now, we may be hearing the sound through that, but they don't.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
It's a little disorienting.
It's a little muffled on their end, I believe, but for the most part, they cannot hear everything. Piece of Bread will get his 2nd kill of this round. They have to make the push here and go for plant, but
Does
it's
take some decay damage there.
they will go for plant.
Get into a fight with Teeny Bug though, picks him up. Now a Piece of Bread against JID.
Oh.
JID will pick him up though.
And
Viper's
JID
pit
with
will
the
come out now.
Viper pin.
Now
Let's
Jackson.
go.
JID. Jackson just kind of playing around the edge here. Gonna peek in, picks up JID and Jackson with the clutch.
It was a valiant play. It's smart from Viper. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you plant, you then Viper pit, and then you just sit and wait. It's the way to stall time, and he will have enough time to pick up Awoken's op, and Jackson will go for the defuse. And of course, the Viper's pit, it would have worked there. I think because he had the plays with that judge, it just came down to just being able to get that flick on Jackson. Jackson just too quick with the quick draw.
The one thing that can be said about Viper's pit is because Viper is such a meta pick.
Yeah.
Because she's played so often in ranked and just NEQ, players kind of know how to play around that Viper's pit a little bit more. You know, they know to like not just run straight into it. They'll spray through it. They'll kind of try and like take little peeks, try and like isolate their angles, just as you would in a normal game.
Right.
You know, when you're taking normal fights. So you can definitely see Jackson doing that there.
Yeah, he was definitely doing just playing a very methodical game. He wasn't going to push in too hard, make the Viper know where he was. There's no point doing that. And he got it. He got the round, and that's going to help them a lot here as the lead begins to open up. We enter close to the end of the half here.
Now, if you're Roanoke, you really want to try and take at least 2 more rounds here. Leave yourself in a pretty solid spot. Not a solid spot, but like a recoverable spot going into the second half.
I'd much rather be down by 2 rounds by the end of this than be down by a little bit more. It just makes the lead so much harder to do. But they will have defense on this half after this half is over. So
does pick up a piece of bread there. Almost thought for sure a piece of bread was just going to flick onto his head and take him out, but that is not what ended up happening.
Pulling them in. Obscuring vision.
and right now, Roanoke kind of caught.
A whole bunch of his utility. Roanoke just kind of pretty happy to just play some space here, but they don't have U-Haul control.
No, they do not. And look at the amount of smokes here, just to kind of obscure the vision of SMSU. And they will commit to this push here. Jackson will scout that Viper.
Beastmon and Jackson to be fighting hard on this site.
Spike planted.
And the Sova all does go out.
Beastmon still alive, has U-Haul control. U-Haul incredibly important to get control of if you want to plant on a site. Wookie picks up one, and now
does see 0, but at the last possible moment. But the Beast Mod is just gonna have that
crisp
easy,
and clean headshot.
Crispy. I mean, it was absolutely insane.
Just
turned the corner and popped him. And JID
nowhere near close enough. Awoken gets it halfway, but she could have just kept going.
Yeah, I think that might have been the play. That was the play. You had to keep committing. I think she wanted to maybe give the orb out or maybe just bait it.
Oh, but JID actually picks up Awoken.
Oh,
and Beastmon really have enough time. Oh, but Awoken got it halfway. Okay.
She did get it halfway, but still, if
it was close.
If Awoken got taken out there and the Beastmon got taken out, round would have been Roanoke's easily there. I think Awoken was maybe thinking, oh, okay, maybe I'll give him the ult, maybe, possibly, but they both have ult now, but maybe it was just for a bait. But I don't think that was the best play there by Awoken, but she will.
Got his ult, and now you gotta use that. It's last round and a half.
Might
You've got Killjoy ult. You know, we saw Roanoke take a really, really decisive round win earlier in this half when they just hard flooded A.
Yeah.
And just pushed it. I think that's what they need to do. They need to just play fast and aggressive. They're trying to play this slow and methodical game, this low tempo mind game. It's not really working against SMSU. They got to kind of start taking some risks, doing some unexpected things.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing there was that, in a sense, that's kind of what they were doing. They were playing kind of aggressively, but then they kind of got stopped by SMSU. And then, so they started being more passive. Now we're seeing it again, except this time it's the other way around. They tried to be more passive. It's getting caught up, and they're not being as aggressive as they should be here.
Yeah, the Seekers come out there from Beast Mod, possibly just because this is the last half, but we'll give them a lot of info as to where Roanoke's players are.
Ooh, and they will get 2 members of SMSU out, and they will bring out the Killjoy.
Brimstone all coming down as well to clear out U-Haul there. And now Roanoke has a really fast and hard hit onto here, but Defender Killjoy ult will come out as well, not leaving Roanoke a lot of room to breathe there, forcing them kind of off-site. And Brimstone trying to push in there, take out the ult on his own, but Zero lasted alive in a 3v1 situation. Will get picked up by Wookie, and that is going to be the 9th round win for SMSU.
And a 3K on top of that for Wookie here. Definitely going to have to give that round all the way to SMSU. I mean, that was a smart, valiant play by Roanoke, kind of making the move to do the, commit to with the Killjoy, come in there, make some moves. But again, they just had their number here. It was a lot of headshots, a lot of crosshair placement, a lot of flicks. They did get that ult in U-Haul, which was definitely a smart move. It was just the Beastmon was just quick enough to get out before being burnt to a crisp. But they will have the opportunity to do something.
I really like that Brim ult there.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason you picked Brim on a map like Bind. There's really high priority spots like U-Haul or like Hookah that you can use as ult, and you're not trying to get a kill with that ult. You're just trying to force them out of that area of the map so that you can push up and take map control.
You are a controller. That's what controllers do. They control the map, and that's what they did there. It just did not come up with that round. Awoken will take out Shax, but is getting traded off here by Teeny Bug.
Yeah, SMSU going to rotate off here. They are going to
but the Viper.
JID going to throw some shots, but he's just going to back off. Doesn't want to take on multiple members of SMSU.
Yeah, I think that might have been the best play. Just trying to at least apply some pressure. They will still commit to going toward. They're in Link at the moment, but they are thinking about either pushing both.
Yeah,
They both kind of
SMSU
have an
just
opportunity.
Really kind of mind gaming here, playing map control.
Ooh.
Will get figured out by Koopa there with the KO knife. Will lose his turret as well. But actually, nobody in U-Haul here for Roanoke.
Oh, Reyna's
Just
just
kinda
getting in
giving
there.
Free controlled a piece of bread, and he's going to take it and run with it.
30 seconds left.
SMSU has 4 members, full site control on A.
Yeah, and they have this. They have the site locked down pretty hard here. You can see that Viper is coming in through bathroom. JID does get Jackson.
JID gets taken out. And now 0. JID, can they manage the 3v2? They are just clearing sight, and there's really no SMSU players there, though Piece of Bread is in U-Haul.
Out of charges.
SMSU just playing smart post plant right now.
Ooh, yep, caught there. The flash as well. But Zero does get the beast mod with the turret, though.
But he's not going to have enough time there to get the defuse. It's going to be an SMSU round. 10-3.
And it will be a 10-3 game at the moment. But perhaps Roanoke can still get another couple of rounds here. They do have they have a really strong defensive team. They have Viper with the smokes, with the mollies. Again, with Brimstone. Again, mollies, smokes, KO, mollies. I mean, this is a lot of, like, we have the means, we have the utility to do what we want to do. We can make them not push this way. We can make them push another way. But we just haven't seen that, at least from right now. But that could change.
Be forcing up on this round. Full Spectres and a Marshall, as they absolutely have to do, because they have to win this round.
Oh, and Coop the Neeb.
Koopa is going to get some damage onto him, and isn't really aiming at the head there. Piece of Bread easily picking him up with that Spectre.
Yeah, at best with the Marshall shot, you can get at least 101 to the body. You do need to hit those headshots if you want to guarantee a kill at higher armors. It's just how it has to be, and it looks like it just doesn't work out.
Just lurking outside bathrooms. Just keeping that map control. So does have 3 members up at Hookah.
Ooh. But Brim does go for the TP, and SMSU is right there. They even put a little bit.
They put the suck down for him. Brim's only got 47 health, too.
They know he's there. There is nothing that Shaxx can do here. At best,
that door.
At best, maybe he could call upon his teammates to do something. He even shot the dart inside of the TP.
Surprisingly, Shaxx not shooting through the door at all.
He does not want to alert them, but he does get the door open. Awoken is right there to clean it up, leaving 0. And our boy, the Viper, JID, having to pick up the pieces here as they plant on A.
Another 4v2 situation. Two-man disadvantage for Roanoke.
One down.
0 does get 1 kill onto Hookie. I've called him Whoopi and I've called him Hookie.
You know, it's just how it kind of is. You know, it's there's so much energy going on. I mean, your brain can be a little fuddled. It happens to be all the time. I'm mostly brain dead half the time.
Misspeak machine tonight, apparently.
And it looks like with this 11-3, Piece of Bread will be purchasing the Odin. While everyone else might be sticking with Spectres, Wookiee will buy a rifle, so a little bit out there with their current situation. Meanwhile, on the side of Roanoke, all Spectres except for 1 Ares. So
yeah, going for absolute broke this round. You have to. You're down. It's 11-3.
Kind of make something happen.
Absolutely. See if they can. Positioning towards B quite heavily here for SMSU. Kind of baiting out utility there. JID throwing out both of his mollies. Those going to be off the table for Roanoke for defensive positioning. Shaxx will actually get that rifle there from SMSU.
Ooh, but look at this. The TP on SMSU having A completely open. No one
is in the middle of B right now.
Oh, and the bullets are flying here. SMSU are down just two people here. whereas Roanoke has the full
Roanoke
4.
does have the smokes, though, and they're able to get those down into bathrooms. Kind of forcing SMSU into a really awkward spot, and are going to take out both the members of SMSU in bathrooms. Get the round win.
Yeah.
4 members still alive.
And that was just really good, surprisingly.
Cooper gonna
Roanoke,
pick up that Odin.
I mean,
See
that was
how good he is with it.
that was a good play by Roanoke. Surprisingly, how it looked from the beginning here. SMSU did take that TP. They had sight completely open, but somehow Roanoke was able to dig down deep, get there, and change what could have been a possible really bad situation into something really good. They do turn around. It is 11-4. It's a kind of steep mountain to climb up, but
The buys kind of all over the place for both
Yeah.
the teams. Roanoke, not quite enough money to, like, be fully kitted out. Still have 2 Spectres, have the Bulldog, and then SMSU just kind of rocking some rifles with some Spectres, you know. Trying to use their money as they can.
and SMSU going for a split here, going up between Hookah and a little bit into long. Kind of being a little hesitant on the Hookah side of things, but they will be trying to time this execute, because if they can time this correctly, this could be big.
You should run.
SMSU's Killjoy ult will come out. Going to be pushing on to B here, though.
Oh, but Wookiee looking at the entryway will not be
Shax
able
will get
to,
picked up there.
Oh, and this is getting interesting, if I do say so myself. The Beast Mod will take out 0. The piece of bread takes out Teeny
Koopa
Bug.
last alive has
and
the
wow.
has the Odin, but can't get the 4K.
There's
Unfortunately for him, but
yeah,
that is how it happens.
there was a lot going on there. It would have been real hype. I mean, it has happened before. Like, there's been people who can get 4Ks with Owens, but in a situation like that, it is just
not when you're
so
getting
much.
triple peaked.
yeah. He was just really open, and I think as we reach match point here, I think the biggest setback for me for Roanoke is taking that time to just kind of reflect about what happened. Why did I die? Was it my positioning? Was I pushing with or without my team? Was I just open? I mean, what is causing the team to kind of perform in this way? And they get rounds, but then something kind of happens where they
I've got your
somewhat fall apart. And Shax.
Throwing out the Seekers.
Shax is holding the
Really
line
looking
right
to
now.
force onto A here, full stack. We're gonna be coming up against a little bit of resistance here from Koopa,
Ooh,
from Teeny Bug.
could this be? The Beast Mod and Wookiee, the only members left on Roanoke, and you can see Killjoy going behind, taking out Wookiee here. It's become a 4v1, and they do get this round as well. It's going to be 12-5, and this is it here. I think this might be what they need. I think when they work together like this, it works out for them. I mean, that flank, they had no idea that was going to happen, and they fell for it, and they got the win off of that. And I think they're these last rounds, the rounds that they do win, those are rounds where they kind of come together and they play smart, they play slow, but when they have to, they can turn on that switch and play a little more aggressively.
Yeah, it's gonna take quite a miracle here for Roanoke to get into overtime range.
It's gonna be a steep mountain, but I think getting a couple of rounds in is all you can really do, and that's what you would want. I mean, maybe not come out with the W, but at least come out.
Yeah,
Make this a battle.
at least go down fighting, put up some fight, show SMSU you can compete.
watching this spot.
I mean, I have to give props to both teams in their respective ways. I mean, they've made it to semifinals, which is an achievement of itself.
Spike dropped.
So I do have to give out the respect to Roanoke to making it here, especially after upsetting one of the best teams. That's got to be more than enough to show that Roanoke is here to play. And I can't wait to see what they have in store for us whenever we see them again.
Zero sitting on that Killjoy ult. SMSU playing a lot slower this time around. Just playing for info. Trying to get a full execute ready to go. Wookiee getting a lot of info for his team here. Know that Killjoy's in tube and Viper's in elbow. Now the full execute's coming out.
And they are moving. JID, though, will put this at a 4v2. And again,
Koopa gets a pickup as well. And now SMSU, one man alive. Jackson gets picked up by
Wow.
Shax. And now that second round win in a row for.
Yeah, this is the
Roanoke.
second time they've gotten 2 rounds in a row in this game so far, bringing up the lead a little bit after just after a heavy series of losses. They are starting to kind of rebuild here, getting some extra rounds under their belt. They're starting to play a little bit more methodical. Like we said before, the flanks have been helping out so much here, especially after what we saw from Ascent where the flank did not work this time. The flanks have been doing really well for them. That's kind of the reasons they've gotten rounds in the first place. Those flanks that SMSU just doesn't seem to anticipate.
Early Vipers pit going to be coming out there from Roanoke, trying to stave off some of that aggression towards B. Beastman going to get a little bit of info there with his dog. Now SMSU just playing nice and slow.
Ooh, the blind.
Going to push Zero a little bit back.
Oh,
Be expecting though. Zero picks up 1.
could he get a second? Yes, he
Trading back and
will.
forth with shots with Beastmod. Picks up Beastmod.
Holding it down, Zero, doing what he does best, just kind of doing what he do as a Sentinel, locking it down. That's what you want.
Now, the rest of the members, SMSU looking towards A, do get 1 pick. Woken going to be going through that teleporter there. Gets picked up by Zero. Now SMSU, 2v4 situation. Kind of on A. Wookie in a little bit of an awkward spot, but if SMSU can get the plant down here, they have the Sova ult to play post plant if they want.
Flash does go out, and Astra is blinded, does get caught behind the box.
Pick up.
And another round goes to Roanoke. And they're starting to work like a well-oiled machine here. I think they've started to see where SMSU and their flaws begin to crack, as now this game is getting a lot more closer, as they've been at match point here for about 3 rounds.
SMSU actually forced onto a save here from Roanoke. Roanoke having a really solid economy now that they can play off of. They have the KO ult and the Killjoy ult to work off of if they want. SMSU does have the Astra ult that they can use if they want to like push the site really hard and fast, but they're probably
Zero.
going to be investing that this round.
Oh,
he will get picked up there by
kill.
Zero. Can't manage to get the Sheriff click to connect with Zero's head.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing there was he had that rifle. I mean, he pushed up pretty far away from his turrets and his alarm bots, but the rifle is what saved his life there, and he will come away with that pick.
T-Bug going to be looking towards bathrooms.
Oh,
He is going to pick up a Woken with a pretty dirty spray through that smoke, but
sometimes that's what you got to
it's
do.
going to work.
The molly goes
and
in.
the molly comes out from Brim. Going to force SMSU
Wow.
to push off of that plant. Now Jackson last alive in the corner. Gets picked up by
And that's a
Shax, and now
flawless.
Roanoke gets their 4th round win.
With a flawless as well. I mean, granted, if that was any other character that has the ability to go down and not die, that would have not been a flawless, but still a flawless is a flawless. And that's their 4th round in a row. This is the fight. This is the fight
This
right
round
here.
though, SMSU gonna come in on a full buy. They've got Astra ult, Killjoy ult, and Sova ult. They can get the bomb. They have the tools to get the bomb down. Once they have the bomb down, they have the tools to play the post plant.
Yeah, that's all you can really hope for here for SMSU. I mean, this game has gotten significantly closer. It's now down to a 4-round game. But Coop Deneve
Koopa actually has the op. Did not catch that pre-round. Gonna throw out the flash. Gonna push out. Doesn't pick up anybody, but really forces SMSU to think twice about whether they want to push that or not.
Yeah, and that crosshair was on the dome of Awoken. Would have been a kill if it connected, but unfortunately it did not.
Patient
For
play
Roanoke.
right now coming out from both teams. SMSU not wanting to push up without having info, without having the ability to take some map control.
He will pick up the op. He's probably going to watch from Alley
That
CT.
Killjoy ult will be coming out from a piece of bread.
Ooh, and
World
the
Divided
wall.
coming out as well. So now SMSU putting all of their eggs into this push. They've got a 2-man advantage. 1 man now, though. Scoopa picks up a Woken.
Jackson will take out JID.
Now Jackson able to just play really easily off of that wall. And now Reina, last alive. He's going to have to do a lot if they don't want to lose this game.
Oh, and that would have been death. That would have been absolute death. Could Teeny Bug take this 4v1?
Piece of bread.
Will not.
We'll pick him up, and that will be a win for SMSU. But
what a fight.
lot of life.
What a
lot
fight.
of life and fight coming out of Roanoke there in those last 4 rounds before the finisher there.
That was a
that is
great
what
showing.
you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, you come back after that with flawlesses, and even look at the leaderboard here. It is drastically different from Ascent, and that just shows you how the drive, the power that Roanoke has. After almost getting swept, they were able to dig down deep and give them that fight that took out one of the best competitors in this tournament. But it will be SMSU Gold heading to finals in this tournament. Not gonna lie, I'm a little excited for it. I try to be as non-biased as possible, but this is my school, so it's kind of big for us.
It is exciting. I think for Roanoke, I think a big part of this match was letting Ascent get through pick and bans.
Yeah, I think if they did not have Ascent as that first map, they probably would have given them this fight, this 13-8, possibly even taken a win.
If you're SMSU, like we know that Valorant is a heavy momentum tempo game.
Yep.
And when you give the opposing team their best map, their most confident map, and they take you on, and was it 13-3?
Yeah.
And they 13-3 you. The amount of adrenaline that you have as a team that 13-3'd the other team going into that second map, that can carry you through to an entire win.
And that's what we saw here. They did just that, and we did see that drive, that fight coming from Roanoke at the very, very end. If it just came together earlier, it would have been a way more closer game, but it was already match point. They just needed it one round, and they take it. And so we will see them on Thursday. In just 2 days' time, we will be back right here for the final game of the season and final game of the tournament. All comes down to this. So I'm excited to see where we go from there. But for now, this has been Afro.
This has been Craw.
And we will see you guys on Thursday.